Hello, I'm Jordan and you're not. And this list is going to be the best movies of 2013. Movies that I thought were the best. Now, this is just my personal opinion. But I have my own show, so automatically my opinion is better than yours. So let's get started. I'll start with Texas Chainsaw 3D. Now, Texas Chainsaw 3D is a direct sequel to the original the Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, directed by Tobe Hooper. And I thought, the first time I saw it, I thought, it's okay. Then when I bought it on Blu-ray and I rewatched it, I thought, wow, this is a lot better than I remembered. For one thing, the girl playing Heather, Alexandra Daddario, she's smoking hot. Know what I'm saying? She's a goth girl, and she's supposed to be 39, but she looks 20. So, yeah, that shit's hot. If you're a hot goth chick between the ages of 30 and 50, call me. What, you got your goth meeting or something? So yeah, it had good gore, had a good storyline, it had Leatherface. I mean, they could have got, too bad they couldn't get the, like a real good look for Leatherface, even though it's supposed to be almost 40 years later. Looks like he'd be like almost a grandpa or almost, pretty old, but he looks like late 40s, early 50s. But the original Leatherface, Gunnar Hansen, he makes a tiny little cameo at the very beginning of it. And it takes place right after the original, and I love that. Next, The Last Stand with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now this was Arnold's first movie back, his first, starring role back from being the governor of California. And it's actually really good. I mean, it has comedy, has action, it has a good storyline. I loved it. I thought it was very, very well done for his first movie back. It even has Sif from Thor. Oh, I'm not gonna have Thor 2 on this list because, but I didn't like it. I didn't like Thor 2 or Thor: The Dark World as well as the original Thor. It was okay. I was just kind of disappointed with it. I mean, maybe someday I'll do a better review on it. Just right now, I thought it was just so-so. I'm still gonna buy it. Of course, I'll buy it, but it just wasn't as great. Next, Warm Bodies. That's right. Did half my people just leave? Damn it. Alright, now, I actually like this movie because it's a zombie movie and it's also a love story. Like, what does that sound like? Oh yeah, Twilight. Now, they've done Twilight to death with that and True Blood and The Vampire Diaries. Well, actually, True Blood's good, so yeah, don't mess with True Blood. But they just call this like the supernatural storyline with a woman falling in love with some kind of monster creature thing. But this one, it was actually done pretty well. I think I've already said that. Because, yeah, his name is R. There's a zombie named R. And he just kind of walks around and just kind of, he's a zombie. But then he sees this really beautiful woman, and he falls in love with her, and he slowly starts to become human again. Now, I know a lot of people bash it just because they want to see zombies eat people. That's what zombies are supposed to do, not fall in love. Shit. Shut up. No one wants to hear that. I liked it. Screw you. Next, Olympus Has Fallen. Now, this movie was what Die Hard 5 should have been. I mean, it had good action and had a very realistic storyline about North Korea coming over and taking over Washington, D.C., which will probably happen really soon because Kim Jong-un is going to try to kill us all because his daddy couldn't. So, Gerard Butler stars as Mike Banning, a Secret Service agent who works for the president, but on Christmas Eve, there's like a tragic car accident and his wife gets killed. So then, just a few months later, Mike's on his own, but then North Korea attacks us, so he has to go back to the White House and save us all because he's Mike Banning. And it really does feel like it could have been, it feels like a good Die Hard. This could have been a direct sequel to Die Hard if it really wanted to be, but it was really good. I'm looking up there because I'm reading it. Next, the Evil Dead remake. You know, there's a lot of people that say they hated it, and then there's a lot of people that said they loved it, and I'm in the middle. I really liked it. I mean, it was. I guess I liked it well enough to put it on my list now, didn't I? It was, yeah, it was very raw. It was very edgy and very dark and very just kind of disoriented, and just like the tree rape scene was kind of, I don't know. And it had a really hot redhead in it. Yeah, the hot redhead from Fun Size. If you're a hot redhead between the ages of 18 and 50, call me. I'm still waiting. I'm not going to put the phone back up. Anyway, how's your sex life? Next, Scary Movie 5. I lost more of my audience. What the hell? Alright, now, I grew up with, the Scary Movie series. I was about 10 or 11 when the original Scary Movie came out, directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans and written by, Marlon Wayans and Sean Wayans and Jason Freeberg and Aaron Seltzer. Everyone loves their movies. Now, this one it seemed like I like the odd ones. Like 1, 3, and 5. Well, Scary Movie 1, Scary Movie 3, and Scary Movie 5. I like those the best, for some reason. Scary Movie 2 and Scary Movie 4, they're just kind of iffy with me. I don't know what, I just like it. I thought it was very well done for its, spoof, comedy. Even though they brought Charlie Sheen back, even though he died in the 4th one. But he's playing himself in this one, so figure that out. And Anna Faris and Regina Hall don't come back this time. It's like Steve Guttenberg and Police Academy 5. They continue the franchise without them. It's bullshit. And it spoofs Black Swan and Evil Dead, which is pretty funny, and Mama, which I haven't seen yet. And is it Rise of the Planet of the Apes? I think that's what it is. I think it's Rise, isn't it? There's like all these of the Planet of the Apes, and they all kind of blend together for me. And then they're going to do Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, I think, this coming year. Alright, next, This Is the End, which I tried to review earlier this year, but my friends Justin, Tiffany, and Megan, Dexter, and Leah were all interrupting me, sitting right there behind me, pouring water on me and trying to mess me up. Good friends, huh? Alright, now, I like this movie, and it's really funny. I really liked how it was unique, and they had all these actors play themselves. That's something that hasn't really been done for ever. And it kind of plays on it's the biblical apocalypse, and it is pretty biblical. So if you're an atheist who hates it, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to. I'm just trying not to. Okay, don't even get me started. But yeah, it was all these actors trying to hold up and trying to take refuge during the apocalypse, and it was really funny. Actually, one of my Facebook friends was just writing that she watched it and she hated it because she thought it was stupid. I mean, it is. I mean, yeah, it's stupid, but it's funny stupid. That's why it's awesome. So watch it. Next, White House Down, which I probably should have talked about this right after Olympus Has Fallen, because they're basically almost the same. About terrorists taking over the White House, and a badass hero has to step up and save everyone. But this one, it's funnier, but it's PG-13, and it's lighter, lighthearted. The Olympus Has Fallen is R-rated. People die, and you see them get shot in the head, and just a bunch of innocent people just get killed in that one. But in this one, White House Down, people are taken hostage, and they have a very good chance of living, which was sorry. And Channing Tatum is the hero, and he wants to get a job at the White House. Almost sounds like Olympus Has Fallen. Do they rip each other off? Okay. He has a daughter played by Joey King, who's also in The Conjuring and Ramona and Beezus. And he wants to get on the White House, and she's like this White House nut. She knows everything about politics. So, yeah. So then terrorists take over the White House, so Channing Tatum teams up with the president, played by Jamie Foxx. Django! Django. I want to watch Django Unchained now. That's the only good Quentin Tarantino movie that I like. All the other ones suck. Yeah. Alright. Next, The Conjuring. The Conjuring was probably the only movie this year that made me feel creeped out, or make me actually feel scared or kind of jump. In fact, I saw it with Megan. She held on to me. Yeah, because redheads like to grab me and shit. So it's based on a true story, and that's about this haunted house, and there's like a doll in there, and other stuff happened. That's exactly what The Conjuring is about. I just gave you the whole story. And Joey King is in that too, which I don't know if I said it or not. Joey King from White House Down. Next, Oz the Great and Powerful. I thought it was a very good prequel to The Wizard of Oz. And this one is, Oz is real. It's not just some made-up dream, which was silly. James Franco plays, his real name is Oscar Diggs, but, Oz is his nickname. And he goes to the land of Oz, kind of like in the balloon, which you see in the original. And then it starts off black and white, and then it goes to color, just like the original, which was a good touch, which was pretty cool. And it has Mila Kunis and Rachel Weisz, which are both smoking hot, by the way. Know what I'm saying? And it has comedy. It has Tony Cox and Bill Cobbs, I think. Not Bill Cosby, but the other Bill Cosby. And, how it shows that he has to kind of step up and become the wizard, that's the prophecy that everyone says that he's supposed to become. And which is really awesome, between like a final confrontation between the Wicked Witch of the West and the East, and it's awesome how you see that the witch becomes the Wicked Witch of the West. You see how that happens. It's a love triangle, like Twilight. Next, the Carrie remake, starring Chloe Moretz. Now, I've already talked about the Carrie remake back in October, but I thought it was really good. I thought it was done very well, and even though they said they're going to stay truer to the book, but it would seem like more like a tribute to the 1976 film, it was good. It was, I loved Chloe Moretz's performance as Carrie, and it was done very well. And the prom massacre scene, that was done good. Well done. Okay. And hopefully there will be like extended or deleted scenes on the Blu-ray when that comes out in January 14th. I don't know if I'll review the Blu-ray or not. Is it silly to review the Blu-ray? No. Next, Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa. Now, I went on a date and saw this. I had a date this year. Don't stop believing. So, it's basically Johnny Knoxville's grandpa character and the kid. Well, they were both together in Fun Size. If you see this whole movie, this list goes together with Fun Size, with them and the hot redhead chick from Evil Dead remake. Alright. So yeah, they kind of just go around and messing with people, and they act like it's, they get people's reactions of them doing ridiculously hilarious things, and we laugh the whole way through. The final thing on my list, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Okay, I'll shut up. Alright, so this was a really good sequel to The Hobbit, prequel to Lord of the Rings. It's like the Lord of the Rings equivalent to Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, because I already did that trilogy, and then now they're going back and doing a prequel trilogy. Don't ask me. Okay, so I thought I had a lot more action. I thought it was really good. It had a love triangle, again, with Teriel, a redhead, call me, and then Legolas is back with Orlando Bloom, and Keely, one of the dwarves, who's actually, she's not one of the ugly ones, who's sort of kind of not bad looking. So she automatically falls in love with him because he's so good looking.